I'm going to give you one word, and I want your reaction to it, with a word or a sentence, with a reaction to this. So the first word is leadership.
Leadership. Example. Leadership is you lead by example. Show the way and bring people with you. Not because you are the boss and you're just telling them to do it, but because they believe not only on what you say, but on what you do. So you connect the words with the acts. So yeah, example.
Innovation.
Going after things that I don't know yet.
Health equity.
A battle of every day. Either you work as a clinician or in a pharma drug side of the industry or in health tech. You always need to keep in mind that and make sure that whatever you are trying to do at the front of that innovation doesn't only serve the happy few, yourself and people who can get it, who can afford it. We are a few billions, and we are not all lucky to have access to healthcare, work in innovation, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's a battle of in every act, whatever we do. Always remember that if your efforts cannot help reach as many people as possible, regardless of their status, whatever paycheck, class on earth they were born in, gonna be worthless at the end.
I want to double click on this because obviously you worked a lot and you were recognized for health equity, and it's something that unfortunately I feel like COVID is just, you know, a mirror of all the inequities we have in the world. We just saw them, unfortunately, but they existed and they still exist. What are your thoughts about this? You've worked on it. What is something that all of us as healthcare leaders should do and focus on beyond saying we want health equity? Is there one piece, you think, where we're lacking and where we should put our efforts as leaders today and actually start doing it?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm lecturing on this and say we should do this and we should do that. But going back to my previous answer is the minimum effort that we can put on this is to be aware that, acknowledge that gap. We can do something about it. Yes, no, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes it sounds bigger than what we could do. Sometimes it takes little acts. Just first acknowledge that. If there are always activities, project topics that you will be working on, when you then sometimes think on, oh, I can do this for this, also to this part of the world. I can share this information. I can share this solution. I can go and gather insight from different kind of people and contexts and cultures. I can spend a little bit of my time in education activities elsewhere that my zone of living and comfort. There is no one single answer to that. I say, oh, we should no patent and do this. It's not about that. It's kind of self-awareness, acknowledge the gap, and the moment you think about it, almost every time you do something, once in a while, you will find a very little act that could have an impact in this health equity. And linking that back, Naji, to digital, as I know you are into this as well and passionate about it, it gives me also hope, because digital healthcare, it's kind of a double-edged sword. And on one end, it will reinforce and even accelerate the gap that we have in health equity, because when it's expensive, when it's about revenues and so on and so forth, yeah, you will see some part of the world getting access to things that the rest of the world will never dream of. But in the meantime, if there is one thing that technology, internet, to be very simple here, is offering to the world, is we all, almost all, have access to it. And being close also to the ecosystem of startups and innovation in some part of the world, in Southeast Asia or in Africa, you see things that could never happen before. Developing a tech solution for telehealth is much more accessible for some populations now than having access to car industry capabilities, right? It's not the same investment. It's not the same needs. It's not the same framework. It takes one brain, a computer, internet to start innovating. And you see so much coming, so much from the developing countries in that field that it also gives hope. So technology, innovation may also help on that. As we work in that field, at least it's good to be aware of it and try to be part of it.
Yeah, I love it. Technology with hope. And then you gave, honestly, really great small steps that are crucial. You talked about awareness, little acts, education, information, and these we can do every single day, right? And just being open to educate ourselves and also help with the right information and reliable information in health.